structures. So if the building is 1 story or 40 high, a bridge 1 mile or 10 miles long, CPR is long on the experience to fix it right. Local, licensed, insured, bonded, and drug-free. CPR is the concrete contractor you need to get to know. Also working with other general contractors. Find them at cprcontracting.com.
This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On April 16, 1966, basketball legend Bill Russell agreed to become the coach of the Boston Celtics, and by doing so, became the first African-American coach in the NBA.
It's times like these that remind us all of how precious life is and how our love and relationships are what really matter. At Diamonds Direct, we believe this. Your love and well-being are truly our passion. That's why we've decided to temporarily close our showrooms, a decision rooted in caution and compassion. But rest assured, we are still here for you. Diamonds Direct's experts are behind the scenes helping customers 24/7, giving you access via text, live chat, email, or our special customer hotline that you can call anytime. Remote shopping options and expert guidance are always available, and our commitment to serve you is stronger than ever. Please visit DiamondsDirect.com for more information or to start a remote shopping appointment. At Diamonds Direct, we're honored to be the symbol of your commitment to each other. And while we wait during this uncertain time, we encourage you to be safe, cautious, and courageous as we look forward to better days ahead. It's still your love, our passion, and nothing can change that. Not now, not ever.
1010XL and Jumpin' Jack's House of Food want to help feed those who are in need or helping others during these trying times. To buy one, give one, go to Jumpin' Jack's House of Food. Buy 2 meals, and one of those meals will be donated to a City of Jacksonville first responder.
Your home is important. That's why Geico helps make it easy to save on homeowners insurance. Because home is more than just a place. Home is where you build a giant pillow fort in your living room. And when people ask why you have a pillow fort in your living room, you say it's for your dog. And when they ask, well, what kind? You say, chocolate lab, and weave a web of lies that's almost as intricate as the crown molding in Fort Pillow. The Geico Insurance Agency could help protect the pillow-soft fortress you call home. Call Geico and see how easy it is to switch and save on homeowners insurance.
There's a chance your local Geico agent laughs the exact way you do.
And I said, not in my sandwich.
What?
But there's a better chance your local Geico agent could help you out with auto, homeowners, renters, or condo insurance, motorcycle, boat, or RV insurance too. They'll work hard to provide sound advice and significant savings. You don't need to share a laugh pattern to do that. Local Geico agents. Call or visit yours today.
Hey, Icken here for my friends at Nimnick Buick GMC. Gang, we know these are tough times, right? And so do they at Nimnick Buick GMC. They're doing everything they can to help you if you need a car, truck, or SUV. Because, you know, life goes on, right? And they're open, and Nimnick Buick GMC has a deal for you. They are offering right now 0% APR for 84 months. 0% APR for 84 months, plus no payments for 120 days. That's available on all the new 2019 models and some of the 2020s as well. And if you don't want to come out, they understand. You can shop online at nimnickbuickgmc.com, NIMNICHT BuickGMC.com. There you can see every car, truck, or SUV they have on the lot. And not only that, they'll do the paperwork with you over the phone. They'll deliver your vehicle to you at home. In fact, they're also offering pickup and delivery for service appointments. GMC, we are professional grade at Nimnick Buick GMC. The new name in Buick.
Attention diesel mechanics. Republic Services is now hiring in Duval and St. Johns County. And with Republic Services, new diesel mechanics get a $2,000 sign-on bonus, a $1,000 yearly tool allowance, and competitive benefits. Republic Services will even pay for your ASC certifications and offer a bonus for each certification earned. Join the Republic Services team and make a positive impact on your community and environment today. Visit republicservices.jobs for more information and to apply. Wear the star, drive your career.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists is not affiliated with the NFL or the Jacksonville Jaguars. Discussion regarding injuries is solely based on opinion. Coming up, the weekly Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Medical Report featuring Dr. Kevin Murphy, a board-certified orthopedic surgeon specializing in sports medicine, a upper extremities, and arthroscopy of the shoulders and knees. Dr. Murphy is a nationally and internationally recognized orthopedic expert. He's a former orthopedic consultant to the White House and the Pentagon, and currently serves as head team physician for UNF, the Jacksonville Icemen, and Northeast Florida area high schools.
Crank it up. It's time to talk to our buddy Dr. Kevin Murphy.
Well, and I will say this because the text line got flooded here as we bring in Doc this morning. I know he travels this road every now and then, but if you're on JTB right now, especially lately it's been around Kernan, but if you're on JTB, you might want to keep that speed at the limit.
East or west.
Because
they're out
the drill speed trap alert is in play, and it's just not proper social distancing at all for him to reach in your window and hand you that ticket. So,
yeah, I wonder motorcycle cop.
Yeah, there you go. See, Doc? Yeah. See, Doc's on to him.
295 area.
Yeah, you saw him.
Yeah, we're out there.
Went by him about 100 in the Mustang.
What's up, Doc? How you doing?
Good. How are you,
Doc,
boys?
there's no good solution for this as long as this topic is so difficult to talk about. You're afraid to even have a conversation lest someone interpret it one way or the other. But it doesn't seem like managing COVID, and I'm talking about from a sports world situation, managing COVID is going to be a smooth process. And I'm just curious, from a medical point of view, say the economy opens back up, what happens and the leagues open back up? And what happens when a player gets it, Doc? Are we going to stop the world again? Or are we going to treat it like Jordan with the flu in '98? At some point, do we treat it differently, or is that all relative to the medication and testing that's available as we move through time?
Well, I heard your comment on my way in, and there's some validity to that. We can't shut down the economy every time somebody gets it, and people will. As the economy cranks up, and it really needs to soon, as that happens, you're going to see more cases. I think the problem with this virus is it has a little greater tendency to be more severe.
Sure.
So people who are have, and it seems to be more specifically affecting people who have other health problems. So if you have lung disease, you have issues, or you're real older, you're at more risk. So that's a given. Most people, and there's some exceptions, most healthy young people aren't going to get overly sick by it. It will be like the flu. But it will ramp up as we ramp up the economy. But you can't stay down forever. So it's going to happen. There'll be cases. And to your point, we have to manage it with testing and ultimately a vaccine. But that vaccine won't be out for a year. So we're going to deal with this for the next year on and off with people getting it, and it's going to come around again in, the fall and next winter. Hopefully not as bad.
What do you think would happen, Doc, if, NFL says, we're going to do it, we're having training camps, we're isolated, and then two players on the Jaguars get it? What does the league do? Do they then you keep going without those two players until they're healthy, just like they had some other ailment?
Yeah, they'll send them home and monitor them for a couple weeks, and they'll test everybody else. Hopefully we have testing then. So you can say you have it or you don't, or you have an antibody to it or you don't, and then kind of make some decisions. If people, they'll be checking temperatures and really making sure the guys aren't getting sick. And if they do, they'll quarantine them.
I'm curious what you draw from, if anything. Rudy Gobert got it for the Jazz, right? So clearly he had it. He was in a contained locker room with his teammates. He was playing against other teams. He even goofed around with the media. And to my knowledge of the reporting, the only other person involved in that group of people was one teammate, Donovan Mitchell. Now, a guy that he played against for the Pistons got it, but apparently no one else on his team got it. I get a little confused as to the projection and of how communicable it is, how contagious it is. It doesn't seem. Does that jibe with that? I guess is what I'm asking you.
No, it doesn't. To your point, this one supposedly it's an aerosol, so it's going to be. It can be transmitted through coughing and direct contact in that manner, or somebody coughs on a surface and you touch it and touch your face, that kind of thing. But it's supposedly a little more contagious than the standard flu. So you would have expected that there would have been a lot of people had it based on that close contact with that guy, and it didn't occur. So, again, the scientists don't have all the answers just yet. So, again, you can't just say we're all going to huddle in our houses for the next 4 months because there'll be nothing to come back to. It's going to open up.
Would they use those situations where it has hit a locker room as part of the decision making, as part of the studying of that? I mean, like right now, should there be doctors, or have there been step by step going through exactly who Rudy Gobert was in contact with? And again, I'm trying to keep this within the framework of sports and teams and locker rooms and that alone. But is that utilized or no?
Maybe. I doubt it.
Yeah.
But that would be a great thing to look at because that's a controlled environment that you could pretty closely see who was near who, where his locker was, who he had contact with. So that would be an interesting one to look at, but I doubt that's been done.
Doc, what about fans? What about fans and stands? I mean, obviously, sports are going to return at some point, but there's not going to be fans in the stands. And so that will be the next thing to tackle. And when, we're just speculating here, but you're a doctor. How do you figure that out? I mean, how do you, when do you get the all clear to put 80,000 people in a venue sitting side by side?
I think you get a true all clear when you can actually test people coming in whether they have it or not.
Okay.
I think that's when you can have people sitting next to each other without a mask on. But I think in the short term, when they do go back, you're going to see people everybody's going to have a mask on, and they're going to be separated. But there'll be some fans probably, if nothing else for the revenue, but they'll be separated. I think we're not going to be sitting side by side and high five on each first down. I think they're going to be separated.
When will they develop? I know they're working on it, and the vaccine, I always understand, takes a year to 18 months just because you have to go through certain guidelines, and I know they're fast tracking and stuff. But what about like medicines to combat it? In other words, you get COVID, and here's what you take. Take this, and then it'll clear it up. Is that doable? Is that happening?
Yeah. Yeah, it's happening. But again, they're doing. It's not a randomized prospective study that scientists like. So those take time. That's when you're going to really have it that you can prove that it works. Right now, we're hoping that it works with chloroquine and Z-Paks and things like that people are getting. And it seems to be working, but those are kind of ones and twos, not a true study.
Right.
The studies take a while before you can really say this works and you're going to use it routinely.
Mm-hmm. Doc, the draft
But you're right. As soon as those things come out, it makes it easier to battle this thing.
Yeah.
But it's going to be an ongoing kind of up and down flow of this as we get back to working over the next probably a year to 2 years.
Yeah. Doc, the draft is in a week, and we've talked a lot about Tua, and we've kind of gone, not you, but the stories have kind of gone back and forth, and obviously as you get closer, everybody, guys, there's all kinds of lies and smoke screens, et cetera, et cetera. So in the end, he is oft injured, but there are stories of guys who were injured in college, just fluky, and they come back and they play 10, 12 years of all the injuries, ankle, hip, broken wrist, maybe twice. Would the hip be the one that would concern you the most?
Yeah. That one actually, too, is intriguing to me because of all this, because they project him to be this, that, and the other, but I haven't heard of anybody looking at his hip. I'm sure they have. I'm sure somebody has MRI'd his hip.
Right.
And if they find that there's no evidence of edema or early avascular necrosis of his hip, then they say, okay, well, he's got this, that, and the other, but he's good. So go get him. But if his hip shows some edema in the femoral head that is early AVN, you're going to say, boy, that is a big high risk, and he's going to drop like a brick.
Right. And if that is there, we probably haven't heard about it, but we will hear about it on draft night when the Dolphins pass on him and the Chargers pass on him and teams pass on him, and then somebody finally will just take him and say, well, we'll see. We think we can, if we get 5, 6, 7 years out of him, so. But you're right.
Yeah.
He will drop.
You add to the mix now that the COVID-19 thing, that the NFL physicians are not allowed to see these players. And so they have probably enlisted the help of some other physician who's not in that loop to say, hey, you need to get an MRI of this guy's hip for me before we take him. I'm sure somebody's done that.
I'm telling you, too, Doc. I mean, between whatever last official public, either checkup, whether it was Senior Bowl or at their own pro day, if some got them in before then, or the combine, I promise you there's at least a small percentage of players who will be drafted who have done something between then and now, whether it's on their own training. And look, I tell you what you're not going to do. You're not going to send an email across the league, send all to the NFL. Oh, by the way, I tore my pec lifting the other day. So they're going to be flying blind on some of these. Somebody is going to draft someone, and he's going to show up with, a pulled hamstring or a torn rotator or something, I bet.
Yeah, you're probably right. But I think a lot of these teams are kind of going behind the scenes to grab some orthopedic surgeon somewhere and say, hey, would you mind seeing this guy and getting a quick orthopedic look at him, make sure we're not buying damaged goods.
Yeah.
All right, Doc. Well, we always appreciate it. Keep after it. Do the best you can. Hopefully we can get things cranked up here in the next few weeks.
I think we will.
All right, my man.
Thank you, Doc.
Thanks, Doc.
Thanks, boys.
All right, Doc Kevin Murphy.
Yep. Southeast Orthopedic Specialist.
JacksonSportsDoc.com. All right. We got the first matchup of the day underway. Googan Nation handling the Raccoons, something that they haven't been able to do as a whole. That's why Raccoons are on there, because of the devastation they've created across the first coast.
About a half hour left to vote at
America.
Hicken if you want to vote, but it's 57.9 to 42.1.
Here they come the Raccoons. They're mounting a charge.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
200 plus
like
votes.
some sort of Geico commercial. This is going to get ugly.
Yeah.
All right, and then it's Get Smart John against Daniel Murphy.
That's coming
and
up
Daniel
a little bit
Murphy
later.
call-ins. That's coming up. That won't be till 8:30, but you got a half hour left. Raccoons attacking Googan Nation as we speak. We'll see how that plays out. It's Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday. We're halfway home. Back with more next here on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The 1010XL studios are kept clean by Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
Because life is a competition. There's 1010XL, Jack Sports Radio.
The sky is blue, the birds are chirping, and your grass is green and starting to grow once more. That means it's time to end your lawn gear's winter hibernation. But before you get to work, make sure you can get to work. Advance Auto Parts will test your lawn and garden battery for free. And if it needs to be replaced, grab an Autocraft lawn and garden battery starting at $22.99. Think ahead. Think Advance at Advance Auto Parts and participating CarQuest locations. See store for details.
Do you need to sell your house? The Edge Group buys houses for all cash. If you want to sell your house, they will give you an all-cash offer in 24 hours and can close within 10 days. Don't pay thousands of dollars in commissions. Don't let your house sit on the market just waiting for an offer. Call the Edge Group and get an all-cash offer right now. They're standing by at 904-474-5851. Doesn't matter if the property needs repairs, if there's a tenant living in the house, whether it's old or new or just needs repairs. The Edge Group wants to give you a guaranteed all-cash offer, and they won't charge you a penny in commission. There's no risk or obligation, and it doesn't cost a cent to find out what the Edge Group can do for you. So call right now for an all-cash offer on your home at 904-474-5851. That's 904-474-5851. That's the Edge Group at Keller Williams Realty.
All offers with approved credit and not in conjunction. See dealer for complete details. Drive forward.
At this particularly hard time for our country and our city that we love, all of us at Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Arlington feel a responsibility to remain open as long as possible to serve the needs of our community. Make an appointment to come into the dealership. Every effort is being made to maintain a clean and safe environment. Or, if you prefer, shop online. We're offering remote sales options to keep you ready for the road. For a limited time, all new vehicles in our lineup are available with 0% for 84 months. And no payments for 90 days. No payments for 90 days. Drive a new Ram Quad Cab 4x2 from just $269 a month. Get yours online or over the phone, and we'll deliver right to your home. See our inventory at number1cjd.com. Call us for a test drive. We'll bring your choice to you. Our service department is ready for all your service needs. Make an appointment online today. Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Arlington, serving our community in a safe and responsible manner. 9600 Atlantic Boulevard, across from the Regency Square Mall.
My name is Janice. I'm a client of Brett Hastings. Brett is the most brilliant, diligent, hardworking attorney I have ever met. He is truly dedicated to his clients and fights for them to the very end. Brett fought hard to win a large personal injury lawsuit for me. They are the very best legal team I have ever met. I would hire them again in a heartbeat.
Learn more at justiceforjacksonville.com. Law offices of Brett Hastings, where the injured find justice.
Welcome to Moe's! We are open, offering stress-free ordering and tamper-resistant packaging on all to-go, curbside, delivery, home meal kit, and drive-through orders. At Moe's, we're here for your family during these difficult times and taking every measure possible to ensure that your family stays safe while enjoying your favorite Moe's entrees you've grown to love. From the Moe's family to yours, thank you for your business. We'll get through this together. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay hungry, and welcome to Moe's.
Your always on call Fenwick Plumbing team know right now life is changing fast. Prosser here, your well-being, safety, and comfort is always Fenwick's top priority. They're a life essential business. Means they're on call right now whenever you need them. Continuing to provide same-day service on all repairs, plus 24/7 emergency plumbing service with 0 emergency fees. Fenwick is managing today's serious health concerns with the same care that you've trusted for 50 years. I mean, they've always had standard-setting cleanliness practices like shoe covers and drop cloths in your home. Add in now hand washing with waterless soap on every truck, disinfectant for use on all tools, all surfaces. Fenwick's work is backed by industry-leading warranties that will protect you now and for years to come. So when life gets complex, Fenwick is on call to keep comfort simple. Call now, 660-0556. That's 660-0556, or visit FenwickPlumbing.com. The Comfort Pros at FenwickPlumbing.com.
I'm Brian. I'm proud of my years of military service. When I was 58, doctors told me I had the heart of a 37-year-old man. They told me that after my transplant surgery, when that man's heart became mine. I needed that transplant because I smoked and got heart disease. If you're a smoker, here are some tips in case that happens to you. First, you have to quit smoking for good before you can even get on a transplant list. So quit now. And if you're like me, before I had my transplant, you may need a new defibrillator put in your chest. If you do, ask if the surgeons will use the same incision line every time. That'll cut down on the number of scars you'll have. And never feel sorry for yourself. I don't. I only feel sorry for my family and the family of that 37-year-old man.
Call 1-877-YOU-CAN-NOW or visit tobaccofreeflorida.com to quit your way. Developed by CDC.
The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
With your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, I'm B for 1010XL. The NFL Draft 1 week from today. The Jags, as it stands, currently sit with picks number 9 and 20 in the first round. Draft analyst Dane Brugler from The Athletic joined the Frangie Show yesterday afternoon, and he says he wouldn't be surprised if the Jags move back from that number 9 position.
Their team, you look at the Broncos at 15, the Falcons at 16. I think those are two teams that could possibly be looking to trade up into the top 10, whether it's to get a receiver, a tackle, one of these corners. So maybe a trade down opportunity could also be something that they're looking at.
Listen to 1010XL at home or on your PC or laptop by visiting 1010XL.com, on your smart device by downloading the free 1010XL or 92.5 app, or say, Alexa, open 1010XL skill. It's 8:01 and 61 degrees, time and temp. Brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
All right, let's get an update here, Beefer, as we have the Drill Bit Bracket Challenge presented by the Edge Group. 904-474-5851. Guggen Nation, a 1 seed, taking on the Raccoons. We got about 25 minutes left or so, and Guggen Nation holding strong, 57.1 to 42.9 for the Raccoons. So
Finally, we found a way to kill the Raccoons.
The Googans are tough because the bench is so deep.
It is deep. So we'll see how that one goes. That one's being played out. That's been pretty good so far. Pretty fun. And again, we got a good one coming up in the second 90 minutes of the program. So we'll have that for you 2 versus 3. This is the chalk bracket. Tomorrow we have the epic.
Well, tomorrow is the Big Bo pity bracket.
Yeah.
We've started calling it.
Yeah.
People feel bad about what's happened to Big Bo, both with Hall of Fame voting and in the last few weeks. And they're voting him through. He'll show down tomorrow.
Is he in both matches?
He's in both matches
Wow.
tomorrow. The 13 seed, Big Bo falls asleep. We'll hook up with the top seed and maybe number 1 overall seed, Robo Tiger.
Right.
And then in the second half matchup, the legendary 7 o'clock arrival, you know it.
Yes.
The 2 seed in that region will square off with the Breakfast with Baselli, a 6 seed, possibly underseeded.
Breakfast?
I have a major announcement to make. I've been holding this for a while.
Wow. Well, hold on, Dan. Let's
you.
intro it properly. Let's
Thank
do it justice.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention?
Yeah.
I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story. And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Although you guys didn't show Ron Burgundy much love in the Drill Bit Bracket Challenge.
Yeah, that hurt. They sent home Burgundy and BWR and Mrs. P. I don't know what we have left.
And my son.
Those are our 3 soulmates. And your son. Sliced and
Annihilated.
diced, yeah.
But the good news is one of the topics that did move on is still alive is Dan's songs, and we got a draft coming up next week. I got a hold of Dickinson yesterday.
Okay.
Wow.
And we're hitting the studio
today.
Social distancing
Like
as
over
well.
Zoom, right?
Friday.
Okay.
And it may not be that good. It may be put together in chunks. But we're going to try our damnedest to give you a pre-Jaguar draft song and see what we can do. So that's what we're working on. I had the pen to paper out last night, writing some great music, I feel like, as we always do. We always write some great music. And we'll see what we can do. And we'll have that for you next week. So one for the draft just to try to lift the spirits of all of us here as we battle on.
Let's have a little fun here. We're not going to take a lot of time. This is quick hit, which means, you're going to overlook someone. I'm not even going to keep score, but I want to get through this list quick, and then we can revisit a little bit if you want. So this is rapid fire. Can I get rapid fire music, please, B?
Rapid fire.
Jeff tests Dan rapid fire music.
Let me get something fresh, something that just screams rapid fire.
Well, I think the key to this show is that we do keep it fresh. We don't reuse material, and particularly not music beds.
This also could have made the bracket.
Perfect.
Yeah. Although, how would you describe this?
The omnipresent luau bed?
Yeah, the luau music. Yeah. The fresh music is what it would be.
Fresh luau music.
I saw, by the way, yesterday on
Tremendous.
In these unusual times, you find yourself watching the damnedest things, but I've gotten into
Kids say the damnedest
Well,
things.
thank you. I've gotten into a Dateline kick, and I was watching Dateline. I only half follow these stories unless I see them on Dateline. I'm aware of it.
Yeah.
But those 2 Idaho monsters that, you know what I'm talking about, that the kids disappeared and they couldn't, back in the fall.
They still haven't found them.
Yeah,
they went to Hawaii.
Yeah, the couple ran up to Hawaii, and they either killed them or they've got them hidden.
Yeah.
I mean, some people just need to have the hell beat out of them.
Yeah.
And just give it up. All right, I'm going to beat you until you tell me where those kids are.
Yeah.
And if I kill you, then so well, I would have never known anyway. But they went to Hawaii. That's what made me think.
PGA Tour expected to announce this morning officially the season resumes June 11th through the 14th at Colonial.
Do I get bonus points for predicting the PGA Tour will be back first? Damn it, no. Never do. All right, here we go. I'm going to give you a team. You're going to tell me the best draft pick in franchise history.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Really not probably super, super hard, but it's going to be fast. You don't have all day. You don't have all day to do. Boom. I'm going to give you. I'm going to hold you to the standards of what we do to the contest guys on the phone. 3 seconds and then ack. Ready?
Yeah.
All right. Here we go.
Yeah.
Arizona Cardinals. Larry Fitzgerald. Moving on.
There you go.
Atlanta Falcons.
Best draft pick ever? Matt Ryan.
That's what I thought. Deion Sanders. Baltimore Ravens.
Ray Lewis.
Ray Lewis, good. You hit one. Buffalo Bills.
Does it go back to OJ?
It should. That's not who they get.
Jim Kelly then.
OJ's the
Jim
answer.
Kelly?
It's not Jim Kelly. Jim Kelly, I'm not. Was he a
He
Bills
went to
draft pick?
USFL.
But it's not
they
him.
drafted him.
You guys are you're overlooking someone who's better than Jim Kelly.
It's E.J. Manuel.
Yeah. No, it's Bruce Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, 10-time All-Pro Bruce Smith.
Is that good?
11-time Pro Bowler in a Hall of Fame.
Forgot about him after Baselli ate him.
Again, there's a
Wrote
little
him
bit.
off.
There's a little bit of quarterback bias in this, and not that they bias towards quarterbacks, but away. I would say Matt Ryan over Deion Sanders personally. I mean, he's taken him to the Super Bowl.
Well, he's meant more to the team.
Been the MVP,
Yeah.
right? Carolina Panthers
Cam?
should be Cam. It's not who they gave. And
Kuechly?
not Kuechly either.
They do McCaffrey?
It's not McCaffrey. This is a little guy drafted in 2001 who went on to be one of the best.
Steve Smith?
Steve Smith.
Yeah.
14,000 receiving yards, by the way.
He's a great player.
What if he'll be a Hall of Famer?
Probably.
14,000, yeah.
And he'll beat your A, man.
Bears, don't overthink it. You're right.
Definitely Mitch
Buckus.
Trubisky.
Peyton. Walter Payton.
Oh, yeah.
Although, because some of these are, you got a pair of Hall of Famers that you drafted.
Yeah.
Bengals.
Bengals would be
Bengals draft pick.
Carson Palmer? No.
This guy's a Hall of Famer. He's the best in the league at his position all time.
Oh, Munoz.
Cleveland Browns. Don't overthink it.
Jim Brown.
Dallas Cowboys. This will be a
That's
hard
a tough
one.
Emmett.
I would have said Emmett. It's not. That's not who they say. This guy was a 10th round pick in 1964.
Okay, so they're going for value, like Bob Lilly.
I think there are some value.
What year?
64. Staubach. Roger Staubach.
Okay. They love the the Roger Staubach has gotten more love in all these. I mean, like greatest quarterback, greatest.
He was good. He wasn't. He was just the quarterback of America's
Good
team.
for him.
Broncos.
Johnny Elway.
Wasn't drafted by him. Don't forget.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they didn't draft him.
Okay. Broncos.
This is a new guy who's led him to the Super Bowl.
Vaughn?
Yeah, it's Vaughn
Miller.
already. Yeah. 7-time All-Pro already. Detroit Lions.
Barry.
It's Barry. I wondered about Calvin Johnson though, but the Barry's even better,
Barry.
right?
Yeah.
I got this one, which surprised me. Green Bay Packers.
Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers was drafted 24th. How could it not be him?
Because there's a Hall of Famer that was drafted in the 17th round who plays his position.
Plays his position?
Mm-hmm.
Bart
Starr.
Yeah.
But he wasn't a great passer, but he was the MVP.
Yeah.
He led the passer rating 5 times. Yeah.
That's cool.
Houston Texans, for a young team, I thought they had 3 that you could argue.
Well, you got Watson, obviously.
That's arguable.
DeAndre Hopkins.
Arguable.
And J.J. Watt.
And both guys found mid to late
and you
first
forgot
round.
a guy better than Hopkins. Right now, if their career's ended, this guy's light years ahead of Hopkins.
Oh, Andre Johnson.
Andre Johnson was fantastic, right? Yeah. They also had.
I'm going to say they put J.J. Watt.
It's J.J. Watt.
Yeah.
It is J.J. Watt.
Yeah.
I think I would too. Colts, don't
Where's
overthink
Gabbard
it.
on the list?
Colts, don't overthink it. Indianapolis Colts. There's no other answer, really. I guess you go Marvin Harrison. Now we get to the next team on the list, the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Greatest draft pick in history?
Mm-hmm.
Tony or Fred?
Bingo. I think it's really you're searching for an alternative. In fairness, if you don't give it to Tony, I mean he's 3 times.
Did they say Fred?
It's Fred. That's
Yeah.
what they said. It's Fred. But I'm not sure that's fair. Now the one thing I'll say about Fred, and there aren't many people on the Jaguars that can also claim this.
Mm-hmm.
If you look from 96,
right?
Fred got here in 98, but from 96 to 08, there aren't a lot of players that span as an important part both of those eras.
Right.
Fred's one of the few.
Right.
Mercedes Lewis does to a degree. Jimmy does through 5, but he was gone by 7.
Yeah.
But Fred really, you forget Fred, second to last year in Jacksonville, ran 5.4 carry.
Fred was
with Mojo.
Fred was great.
Here's what they say about Fred.
Fred went 9th. Tony went 1st overall. Tony
Second overall.
Second overall. Tony was a first ever draft pick, so it was either
he's
one
a Hall
of
of Fame finalist.
Yeah.
Fred
should be, though,
but
in my
he's
opinion.
But he's the second, he's the second overall pick, too, which also means there's an expectation. Here's what they say about the Jags. Tony Baselli works just as well, but Taylor endured an injury-prone label to log 7 1,000-yard seasons, a career 4.6 per carry.
I don't like, what's getting...
He's not that injury-prone.
Yeah, what's getting tiresome to me? When they, the national writers, use it wasn't our fault, they tagged Fred injury-prone. Yeah, we all know the fragile Fred thing. It happened 1 year, okay? But it's not. It's you guys not doing your homework, looking at the guy, looking at the type of player he was, looking at the yards per carry, looking at what he did, looking at his unique size and speed components.
Look at the percentages of games started. It wasn't that.
Yeah, and not paying attention to him and trying to say, well, you guys, they said he was injury. I just don't like that as an excuse, I guess. But continue.
Well, they do at least say this. Durability may not have been his thing, but compared to today's running back standards, he was top-tier material. I still would like to know. You'd have to tell me. I know Fred missed all of whatever that year was that he tore his groin.
Right.
98, maybe.
Right.
But other than that, he didn't have years where he was constant. That year, and Tom screwed him. Tom kept him questionable with an injury there was no way in hell he was going to play. So there's an insinuation that he's not anxious enough to come back or tough enough or whatever you use.
Oh, it was 2001.
That was 01 that happened?
Other than that, he went 15, 10, 13, 2, 16, 16, 14, 11, 15, 15.
So the 10, here's what happened. The
13
10, the 10 in year 2 and then missing all of 2 years later. That's what did it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why he grew the reputation, because he missed.
Well, he missed 6,
and then he missed.
Then he missed 3, and then he missed 14.
So he missed, 3.
And then he came back and went 16, 16.
But 19 in those 3 years is a lot, relative. I'm not going to go through the rest. There's nothing that really.
Yeah.
I just kind of moving down to there. I disagreed with the Falcons pick, and
Again, 4.6 yards per carry for Freddie T.
Yeah, that's unheard of in today's day and age.
4.6.
Gee, I wonder who the Patriots' all-time best draft pick was.
Kyle Van Noy.
Yeah, there's not very many, by the way, that you could make the
Ron
argument.
Mayo?
There's not very many players you can make the argument for both the arguments.
Today's Belly's birthday.
The value or the overall.
Happy birthday, Belly. Thank you. What are you going to do today?
How old is Belichick today?
On to Cincinnati. 68?
So still in his 60s.
Does that sound right?
Belly's going to celebrate with some saltines and a tall glass of white milk.
Belly's up in Nantucket, quarantined.
Hardest team to name the best draft pick of all time?
Hardest?
I think there's one that's the hardest. I didn't think of it until I looked at it, so I'll tell you who it is. The Steelers.
Steelers' best draft pick.
They drafted like 13 Hall of Famers in 4 years in that one stretch. I mean,
Bradshaw, Mean Joe Green.
Roethlisberger. Antonio Brown.
Yeah,
Franco Harris. Jack Ham. Jack Lambert. Mike Webster.
Who'd they pick?
They went Mean Joe Green. Which I probably didn't appreciate enough as a player, because to me he was a character, almost like a wrestler as a kid.
Yeah.
He was Mean Joe. Same with Ed. To me, Mean Joe Green and Ed Too Tall Jones are the same guy, even though Mean Joe Green was a far better player.
Yes.
And it's because I was a kid, and that's, it sounds like in this corner.
Yeah.
In the black tights. That's what it sounded like. Sounded like one of those deals. Which, obviously, they're both good players. Too Tall Jones in the Hall of Fame?
Ed Too Tall Jones. That's a good question.
I think there's a bias that's gone from the NFL, Dan, and maybe it's the proclivity of this category to succeed of late, but
no, he's not.
Ed Too Tall Jones isn't. I think if you're 6 foot or 6'1", that bias against you and your success is slowly disappearing. Because I was thinking in my head, you got going into this year right now, you got Gardner Minshew,
right?
You got Kyler Murray,
right?
You got Baker Mayfield,
right?
You got Drew Brees,
right?
You got Russell Wilson,
right?
That's 5 guys all are about 6 feet tall.
Yeah.
And so,
yeah,
I think without all the other injuries, the hip.
Tua's 6'1".
Well, I was saying Tua's they're not talking about his height at all.
Yeah.
In comparison to Burrow or Herbert or the other. I mean, there's still naturally this bias towards those taller quarterbacks.
I always remember being around Marino and Boomer.
Aikman. Aikman's another one.
Seeing that.
They're so much bigger than
Carson Palmer and going Peyton, and they're just big men. You know what I mean? They're like, they're like back in that.
They're like small forwards in basketball.
They're
That's
like
that big.
6'5" with big old hands, meat cleavers, and just big dudes, man. You know, and thinking, well, I guess that's a prerequisite. You gotta, and now because of the athleticism of I don't know, I guess Breeze was one of the,
Brunell was, Dan.
Yeah, Brunell
plays like they're allowing them to play now. He was a 6-foot quarterback who was athletic and could beat you that way. He was really ahead of his time. Brunell would just be, right in line with those 5. Is there another one? Those 5 just came to my head, and I think we're going to add Tua. So we're going to have 6 of the 32 that are going to be basically 6 feet tall.
Brunell was so, he He was fast too, man.
He was very athletic.
God, he was. He could
I'll never
move.
forget. Just a remind. This was 1995, so it was the first year that we were covering the NFL week to week, and certainly, and much younger then. So 95, I was 28 years old, and you were still a young man, barely 30, and we had already covered a lot of sports. We'd covered the University of Florida football in the locker room, been around sports, played sports growing up.
Mm-hmm.
But a real indication, though, of just what the NFL was all about was in that game in Tampa, where they went for two and missed.
Mm-hmm.
Brunell had become the quarterback. They hopscotched the quarterback position that year, hot-potatoed, I should say, and Brunell and Berline each, due to injury and other factors, were getting starts. But Brunell was in a stretch where Brunell was starting, and he was running a lot, and I'll never forget, though, after that game in the locker room, as he was getting ready to do his interview, and they changed clothes, off with the pants and on with the towel or something else, and he just, because his hamstring had been bothering him, and he sprinted that game, right? But it's not like it'd been Brunell questionable hamstring, anything like that. And the back of my man's leg, from like the bottom of his rear end to his knee, was just purple, man.
Ugh.
Just purple, and I thought to myself, my God, man, these guys are. And that looked like he had to have like a contusion to be that. But I assume it was from a hamstring, I guess. I don't know. But
yeah.
And he had just, I think that game had I think the tying touchdown was to Pete Mitchell over the middle. But he had like a little bootleg that he would run every now and then, sprint toward the corner.
The year he had in '96 was just incredible.
It was a record year.
Yeah, he threw for a ton of yards. He threw for 4,367 yards.
Back when that was a lot.
He completed 63.4. He threw it 557 times. I mean,
he was fun to watch. I think he's underrated as an all-time Jag to me. I mean, to me, I'd put him one.
He
you
ran
don't do it without the quarterback.
Ran for 396 that year. Ran for 480 the year before. 396, 5 yards a carry, man.
96, he broke a record that had been held by Johnny Unitas. I can't remember what. I don't.
Most yards from scrimmage.
Is that what it?
Like
rushing and receiving, or rushing and passing combined.
Yeah, something
now
like that.
Now that's been blown away by now. Guys
Sure.
throw for 5,000 yards regularly, but it was without Mark Brunell and his skill set, the magical Jaguars never come together, even with the good players that they had.
After 96, he stopped running as much. Like he had 80 rushes that year, and he had 48, 49, 47, 48.
I don't know if he remembers this way or if he even agrees, but I would argue, Mark, that even if he disagrees, he's wrong. He did not like the implication of being a runner. He didn't like
back then.
Yeah, he didn't like it.
Well,
Right.
because back then
that
wasn't,
meant you weren't a great thrower.
Right.
And so he would get a little bit. Mark is so much more comfortable in front of the micro. He was not when he was a player.
Oh no, he didn't like it.
He didn't like all that.
Tony had the quarterback personality.
Yeah.
And Mark had the
And
offensive.
he was guarded.
I always teased him. He'd sit there. He'd get he'd get yogurt every Wednesday when he'd do his media session, and he'd just sit there and eat his yogurt and look down.
Not comfortable at all.
And I always tease him. He would always say, "It's going to be exciting."
Yeah,
it should be exciting.
It should be. No, we're
he just had a couple buzzwords that he would throw out there.
He didn't like it at all. He never did. You're right though. Mark was a quarterback with a guard mentality, personality, as far as getting any attention. And Baselli was
could care less
tackle, just wanted to ham it up and be the face of the
Mark
franchise.
could care less if you talked to him or not. He didn't really want to talk, and he just wanted to go about and do his job and do his thing. But the thing is, and I can understand why he got the running stuff, because he could really spin the football, man. He could throw a ball.
Sure.
I mean,
great arm.
He would zip in those slant routes, and he had the touch on the long ones, and he was very good, man. The one thing he never got a ton of were the touchdown passes.
Yeah.
And
he only had 20, right? Isn't that his high?
Yeah, I think it was 20. Yeah.
It's just surprising to have 4,500 yards, 4,300 yards passing. Only 20 touchdowns is surprising.
But they had guys who could run it in, and he had 20 a couple.
And don't kid yourself either.
Actually, I had 23 in Washington one year. So.
We love that was. But here as a Jag, and we love Jimmy and Keenan and Thunder and Lightning. But a tip of the cap to 8. Who knows what those guys would have ever been if Mark Brunell hadn't been. Here.
They both helped each other. That's
for sure.
Yeah.
And from those guys bailing Mark out from time to time to Mark making plays.
Doug Marrone and Dave Caldwell will meet with the media this morning after our program. So they'll do the the Zoom press conference. I guess there's no lunch.
This is basically the
draft luncheon.
This is the luncheon that we go to and clean all that top flight information. Today would have been the day where I raised my hand and say,
we can get a gift
"Are
card.
you taking C.J. Henderson?"
On the flip side, it's going to be a lot easier to go to the Bahamas, man.
Yes.
You just mute that Zoom mic.
That was one of the great moments.
See you later.
One of the great moments.
That was during one of these.
In Jaguar draft luncheon history.
That was before the luncheon. That's when they just shoved you into the...
It was Jack, Shaq, and Gene. And Jack and Shaq were the primary guys.
Gene was
Shaq
like an assistant GM.
Shaq was the GM, Jack was the coach, and Gene was like director of scouting or something, right? And so they're doing a presser, and we're all firing questions off to Jack and Shaq. Jack, what do you think of this? Shaq, what do you think of this? Shaq, what do you think of this? Jack, what do you think of this? Shaq, what do you think of this? Jack, what do you think of this? Gene, what do you think?
And he stared blankly for about a minute and then finally realized my only way out of this is to admit that I'm not paying a lick of attention.
And it wasn't his fault.
He finally was like,
I would have done the same thing. So what we always
Smith
came
is a
up
very
with.
nice man.
Yes, he was. So we always came up with the Gene went to the Bahamas there for just a moment. I'm sorry, I was in the Bahamas. What was
he
the
basically
question?
said, "I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention."
Yeah,
You're
which
gonna
is
have to ask the
fair.
question.
I mean, honestly, it went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Let me throw Gene a bone here.
JTB and Kernan, they're still sitting there just waiting to get you make these tough times even tougher. So drill speed trap alert tells you to keep it down if you're on JTB in your commute this morning. Well, the numbers are in from Vegas, Dan.
Yeah.
And let's just say that if the favorites win every game this year, it's going to be a long year for the Jaguars. I'll tell you how many games right now Vegas says they're favored in when we return. That's right. That's what I'm bringing to the table live.
Wow.
8:25 on a Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday. Back with more next.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. Get to know the players and coaches.
We feed off the energy as a defender. When the crowd's walking like that, we feed off that. That's huge.
Jaguars Today with Mike Dempsey and Tony Smith. Weekdays from 10 to noon on 1010XL, home of the Jaguars.
If you've been injured, you need a local law firm and attorney with experience. I'm Julie Harrell. I grew up in Jacksonville and have been a personal injury attorney for nearly 20 years. Call Harrell & Harrell, 251-1111. Offices, Jacksonville.
Hi, this is Dave Barker. Multi-unit hair grafting is now available at IHRS and can give you 3 times more hair in one procedure over a traditional hair transplant.
Multi-unit hair grafting gave me more hair in one procedure and within my budget.
You can grow your hair back with this exclusive new procedure. Call now for your free evaluation and see if multi-unit hair grafting or PRP can restore your hair. Call 904-777-IHRS.
My bald spots are gone. Thanks, IHRS.
IHRS is the only clinic in the Southeast to offer all proven solutions to restore your hair and is now offering multi-unit hair grafting. One procedure, more hair.
You've got nothing to lose but more hair. I feel younger, I look younger, and who doesn't want to feel better about themselves?
This year, grow your hair back. Call for a free evaluation. Call IHRS 904-777-IHRS 777-4477.
Jeff Prosser here. Hadn't been a normal spring to this point, that's for sure. But, one place that is safe and nice to hang out is on your own patio. If you've got patio envy, Lifetime Enclosures open for business, and the cure for that, let them design the patio, lanai, sunroom, or screen enclosure of your dreams. Told you how happy my folks are with the work that they had done by Lifetime Enclosures. So visit now at Lifetime Enclosures, just south of Bay Meadows on Phillips Highway. Want to get out and about and beat this cooped up feeling? Let's make sure to wash your hands. Set up a free estimate. You could receive a 20% off your qualifying purchase. Take the short walk, Lifetime Flooring next door, and tell them Jeff sent you.
1010XL and Mr. Chubby's Wings want to help feed those who are in need or helping us during these trying times. Buy a meal at Mr. Chubby's Wings to help first responders. It's the buy one, give one chance to help others. Go to Mr. Chubby's Wings today.
Get inside the Gators with the Florida Gator Report with Lauren Brooks.
Go, Gators!
Brought to you by Darley's Plumbing, where quality counts.
A big win for the Florida Gators.
Get your Gators on 1010XL.
What's up, guys? I'm Tim Tebow. 10 years ago, when I started the Tim Tebow Foundation, we did it with the goal of bringing comfort to those in need. And you know who stepped up beside us to say we want to be part of that? Florida Home AC. If you have a problem with your HVAC, look no further than Florida Home AC. Whether it's supporting Night to Shine, which is a worldwide prom for people with special needs, or donating HVAC systems to families in need, Florida Home AC is committed to the comfort of its customers and its community. I trust Florida Home AC, and you can too.
It's time to get on the tee with me, Joe C. The XL Primetime Spring League is back, and you need to be part of it. Southampton invites you to join us every Wednesday from now through early May for our 9 after 5. As soon as you knock off work, you can head to Southampton for a great game every week and plenty of prizes. Call 287-PLAY and get in the game every Wednesday. It's our 9 after 5 at Southampton, and it's in great shape. So don't miss out. Call 287-7529 now.
Hi, folks. Frank Frangie here for Orange Environmental Services, the superstars at taking care of your pest control and your lawn. They mow our lawn, they treat our lawn, and they're the best in the business at pest control with Centricon Termite Protection. They are the superstars. I trust them. You should too. 272-3284. The superstars at taking care of your pest control and your lawn are Orange Environmental. Call them today at 272-3284.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialist is committed to standing strong against the virus. They will continue to treat orthopedic trauma and acute injuries during this time. Receive assistance away from ERs and urgent care waiting rooms. For more information, go to se-ortho.com.
Relieve pain and get back to life. SOS. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
I'm Tiffany. I have some tips for you on how to quit smoking like I did. First, I did some reading about it. I found a lot of great advice on how to quit smoking and picked out the ways I thought would work best for me. I started by setting a quit date. Then I threw out my ashtrays, lighters, and matches. I did other things too, like exercising more, and it worked. But I'd still get cravings, especially on long car rides. To help me with that, I put a picture of my mother in my car. She died of lung cancer from smoking cigarettes when I was only 16. Now I have a 16-year-old daughter. That picture of my mother reminds me that I don't want to miss all the things my daughter is going to do in her life, including turning 17.
Call 1-877-YOU-CAN-NOW or visit tobaccofreeflorida.com to quit your way. Developed by CDC.
How would you like to work for a company that's helped build Jacksonville? J.B. Coxwell has touched just about every corner of this city, and right now this great local company, family-owned and operated for almost 40 years, is hiring for all positions. So right now, competitive salaries for experienced workers. Apply in person or online at jbcoxwell.com/culture. You'll find out more of what you need to know there, all the added benefits of working at J.B. Coxwell, including paid medical and a 401k. Visit the website today.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
Ho! Hey!
1 week, Dan. Can't wait.
Drill's going to Vegas, baby. Woo! Yeah! It would have been epic. It would have ended our careers. It's probably for the best.
But it would have been great. What a way to go out.
It's not for the best. It sucks.
It does suck. It sucks.
We had a freebie to Vegas, man, and we weren't going to do squat. Let's be honest.
Not a damn thing, man. And we made sure everybody knew it, too.
We were going to be drunk, gambling,
fat,
and happy. Viva Las Vegas! Ow! That ain't happening. Kill the music. It depresses me. I would have sang that the whole way through the airport.
I mean, really?
Viva Las Vegas!
Yeah, I would have had
Come
to walk.
on, Beef!
Yeah, I think
Viva Las Vegas! Come on, Jeff!
No,
Woo!
that's when I fall back about 40 yards. Let you guys just go
I'd
ahead.
have been screaming
I don't know them.
Screaming it right through the Vegas airport.
Security, I'd be saying.
Viva Las Vegas!
Security.
Maybe I would have got his T-shirts, like in that movie when they went to Branson.
Wolfpack. Put it on there.
Wolfpack is back!
We're back, Jack.
What a joke, huh?
Beef, did you get
How many
roofies?
Have we been on a trip since we covered the Gators winning the national title in 2007?
No.
No, we went down to Florida, Oklahoma at the end of 2008. We have not been to anything
Good
since
times.
then. Do you know how many trips this radio station has taken to Super Bowls and scouting combines and senior
Viva
balls,
Las Vegas.
spring football, and you name it? I mean, who has taken all these trips, Dan Hicken, do you think? I mean, they're missing our journalistic edge.
We have no edge. That's why we don't go. It's smart on their part, quite honestly.
So here's what we're going to do. I have an idea. Inevitably, because the airlines are so scrimping for cash, I don't think they're just going to waive the flights that we had already bought. So inevitably, we're going to have to take those somewhere else. So I say we counterpunch the radio station and come up with some other trip to make. Maybe go to Braves Mets in New York or something very vital to this.
I don't think we'll be allowed in, but I'd like to go to the.
Let's go to Atlanta then. What about the Ryder Cup? We want to go to the Ryder Cup up in Whistling?
I just want to go to the Bahamas.
Bahamas? Well, there's nothing to cover there.
I'll find something.
Is that what we're going to do? Go down there?
Celebrity. I always see a celebrity when I go to the Atlantis.
Last time it was Taylor Swift, wasn't it?
No, last time it was Scott Frost.
Yeah, that one didn't count.
Taylor celebrity sighting.
Yeah, that's not a celebrity.
I
chatted with him.
Famous person.
Yeah.
Can I give you a
very excited?
Can I give you a Shazam spotlight? This is not one that I'm happy to report. This is embarrassing, and it is really remarkable how fast and hard the fall has been since 2017. But today's Shazam Spotlight, brought to you by ShazamAuto.com and the Murray Ford Superstores. The narrative now is officially beyond flipped. From, 7 minutes away to the Super Bowl, to a 2020 season that one Vegas sports book has already laid lines on every game. Now, the schedule's not out yet, so it's not necessarily week to week, but every single opponent,
yes, sir.
We know what the opponents are. And let's just say Vegas doesn't trust the incredible draft by the Jags or anything to develop in the next few months, because if you look at all 16 games on the schedule, the Jaguars are underdogs in 16 games.
Come
as
on.
Bad as we've been, that's the first time.
We're underdogs in every game?
Every single game.
Don't we play some bad teams next
year? Play Cleveland here. I mean, I don't know if they're bad anymore.
Bad
we
teams, yes,
are
they
the
have
bad
worst
team.
teams?
We're the bad team?
Now, the good news is that Beef, tell me what percentage of games do the favorites win straight up? Not do they cover, but because we're going to have to seriously upset the apple
underdogs
cart.
against the AFC South the whole year, 6 games?
That's correct, all 6 games.
Chicago Bears can't beat the Bears here.
And in fairness,
Nick Foles returns.
In fairness, why wouldn't we be underdogs every game? Who right now did the Jaguars play where you'd say, oh yeah, we're beating them?
What about Detroit? Down here, on the bank.
Well, I mean, I don't think they're losing all their games. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that you want one more little just cherry on top?
No.
Well, I'm at one other here on.
Not really.
One of the other betting sites. They have the total. Yeah. The Jags have now slumbered all the way to the worst total in the league. The lowest, 4.5. No one else is 4.5. They're 4.5 now, the over-under.
Yeah, I don't have I've gone on record as saying I have zero expectation.
I wouldn't touch that one, though. That's such a low number. It's so easy to be bad and win 5. Look at the Dolphins last year, Dan.
Yeah.
I mean, at the beginning of the year, they couldn't stay within 30 points of anyone.
You do know who's back, right?
Guess who's back?
Backstreet.
Back again.
You know who's here, right?
Here where? Yeah. What do you mean? Like,
not good.
There's a lot of people that are here. I'm not sure what you're saying. That's the Shazam Spotlight, gang, brought to you by Shazam Auto.
We play the Dolphins here. The Stinkfish come here. Can we beat them?
No.
They're favored to beat us in Jacksonville.
That's correct, yeah. I don't know if you know this, last time they went on the road, they beat New England.
Oh, yeah.
Last time we went on the road, somebody beat the hell out of us, whoever it was.
We won in Cincinnati last year. Why can't we win this year?
We also won in Denver.
We're not going to Denver.
Oh, you're looking at the schedule.
I don't like our chances against Minnesota, Green Bay, or Baltimore on the road. Maybe not at SoFi Stadium in L.A. either.
Which L.A. team? The Chargers?
Yeah. Which would you rather go to, SoFi Stadium or Lambeau Field? I think I'd rather go to Lambeau.
100%. I've been to Lambeau, so for me, I mean, if I had never been to either, I would say Lambeau. I've lived. My parents. I've been enough to L.A. If I never go back, it'd be too soon.
I wonder if they let the media go to games this year if they have no fans.
Yes, they will.
Yeah. Why? They don't care about the media?
No, because they consider the media to be essential, and that if they're not going to allow fans, then you really need.
No problem spacing them in the Jaguars press box, but in other ones,
I think they view the media like Drago viewed Creed. They die, they die.
At the rate that they're going, the Jaguars could just let all the season ticket holders only come to the game, and they could sit them 6 feet apart and no one would have to get turned away.
Would the season have been any different last year if we had beaten the Texans week 2?
It could have.
If we had gotten that 2-point conversion.
It could have.
They could have told Jalen, shut up. We won without you.
Yeah.
If they had benched him and then won the game.
You should have sent him right to the locker room, and a lot of would have.
I'm just asking.
Could have changed.
Probably not, but who knows? Okay, so listen, Pras. We thanks to the fellas at Roof It Right. They're giving away a $100 gift card to Publix. We're going to do it next segment, okay?
And we've come up with a dynamic.
We got a new game to play. This is fun. And it's helpful. It's helpful to me, too. So when we play this song as we go to break, I'm going to head on out the door. Beef told me it's a 6-minute
Got about
break.
a sixer, Dan.
I'm going to go walk for 6 minutes, and then you, the caller, will guess how many steps I got within 5. If you get it within 5, you win. I will, as you give your first clue, I'll tell you higher or lower. So that's how we'll do it.
And while Dan does that, I'm going to walk to the commissary.
Yes.
I'm going to go to the
Get your
refrigerator. And no, not
Get some
eggs.
boiled eggs.
Today, I'm going with an Italian sub.
Italian
That's what I'll
sub.
have.
Wow.
An Italian
So
sub.
big or go home.
Oh, yeah. With all the fixings. So
Yes.
I'll be doing that. You can guess how many chews I take.
How many chews?
All right.
I like that.
This is the deal with today's drill. It's brought to you by Custom Tree Surgeons.
It's happening.
CustomTreeSurgeons.com. You can set your appointment or you can call them over there. We've had some rough weather blow through. You may have some tree damage on your property. These guys do it the best. In fact, they come out and you don't need anything done. They'll tell you as much. It's Custom Tree Surgeons and CustomTreeSurgeons.com.
Beef?
The drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
Win on 3. 1, 2, 3. Win. I'm dancing. Let's go. Gotta love this, don't you? I like this kind of party. I love you, man.
You can't do this when something wrong with you. Best feeling in the world.
Celebrate sports and life with 1010XL.
Drive forward. At this particularly hard time for our country and our great city, all of us at Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Bay Meadows feel an obligation to remain open as long as possible to serve the needs of our customers and our community. Call us and we'll make an appointment for you to come to the dealership. If you prefer to stay home, we're offering remote sales options to keep you moving. We're making every effort to maintain a clean and sterilized, safe environment. Our service department is open for all your service needs. We'll pick up your vehicle and deliver it back to you when service is completed. Check our inventory online at jaxcjdr.com. Choose the car, truck, or SUV you're interested in. It will be cleaned and disinfected before your test drive. For a limited time, get 0% financing for 84 months and make no payments for 90 days. We're here to serve you in a safe and responsible manner. This is an unprecedented time, and you deserve our best. Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram will keep you moving. I-295 and Bay Meadows.
Hey, gang, designated an essential business, the home course, the Jewel Creek Golf Club, doing any and everything you can to be safe. Listen, take it from me. I was out there. You will feel more secure, socially distanced, and following all the health standards than you do in anything else that you do all day. Single person per cart, no shared content on any of the carts, no rakes out on the course, and you're staying, gosh, I didn't come any closer than 8 to 10 feet, anyone the whole time out there. So they're open for business and ready for you at the home course, the Jewel Creek Golf Club.
If you're a man over 45, have frequent urination, an urgent need to go, a weak flow, or waking at night to urinate, it's time to consider UroLift. This is Dr. West, urologist with McKeever Clinic. UroLift is a non-invasive outpatient procedure with minimal downtime. If you suffer from an enlarged prostate and want to avoid the sexual side effects of medication and invasive surgery, UroLift may be for you. Contact McKeever Clinic at 355-6583. That's 355-6583.
I'm Clayton Bromberg, the president of Underwoods. You've heard me talk about the Rolex my grandfather gave me for graduating from college, but there's something else you need to know about Rolex watches from an official Rolex jeweler for over 60 years. If you own a Rolex, probably today more than ever before, if you need that Rolex serviced, you should only visit an official Rolex jeweler. In North Florida, there are 4, with Underwood's 3 stores, and Mayors has 1. Anybody else claiming to work on Rolex has no direct access to parts, and the use of non-authentic Rolex parts jeopardizes your Rolex from both an authenticity and a value standpoint. At Underwoods, we have state-of-the-art Rolex repair shops, both designed and outfitted by Rolex and staffed by Rolex watch technicians trained by Rolex. And best of all, our shop is on premise, so your Rolex will never leave Jacksonville, and our Rolex repairs carry a 2-year warranty. At Underwoods, in San Marco, Avondale, and the shops of Ponte Vedra.
If you're injured, you need to hear this message. All law firms are not the same, and the law firm you choose can make a huge difference. So how do you choose which firm to represent you? I'm Mike Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Here's my advice. Do your research. Find the firm with the most experience, the best results, with the resources and track record of delivering exceptional service. As America's largest injury law firm, we have thousands of employees, unrivaled technology, investigators, experts, and an army of over 500 lawyers across the country. We are everywhere for everyone. We have the resources to take on the biggest fights and the biggest bullies. Last year alone, over 2 million people like you called Morgan & Morgan in their time of need. And our firm recovered over $7 billion for our clients. So after an injury, who would you choose? Results matter. Reputation matters. Choices matter. There's only one, Morgan & Morgan, for the people.com.
Dial pound law on your cell. Pound law, that's all.
Offices, Jacksonville.
Former Jacksonville Pro Bowler Leon Searcy is serving up lunch on XL Primetime.
His resume is how he played in the season.
Brought to you by Wingstop.
I down blocked with all my phone, and he did not move.
Weekdays at noon on 1010XL.
Instant Keys delivers honest, professional locksmith service for lost, broken, or spare keys. Call Instant Keys at 722-1111. Get dealership-level service in just minutes at a fraction of the cost. That's 722-1111.
To all the first responders, medical teams, and frontline heroes working to help this country in these uncertain times, Local 234, plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians want to thank you. We appreciate all your efforts in keeping us safe. We know the sacrifices you and your families are making, and we want to show you our support in solidarity that we can get through this together. Stay home, stay safe, and stay strong.
Attention, architects, engineers, and property managers, give your concrete structures new life with some CPR. CPR Contracting doesn't patch your concrete problems, it solves them. CPR restores and protects all concrete structures. So if the building is 1 story or 40 high, a bridge 1 mile or 10 miles long, CPR is long on the experience to fix it right. Local, licensed, insured, bonded, and drug-free. CPR is the concrete contractor you need to get to know. Also working with other general contractors. Find them at cprcontracting.com.
Listen for the Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Rehabilitation House Call in the Frangie Show this Friday. They'll be talking about telehealth and other services currently being offered. JOI, where the pros go.
You know, not to take anything lightly, but why not thumb your nose at the virus? Then pick up some fall-off-the-bone ribs for tonight at your favorite Woody's Barbecue. See you there.
At Woody's Barbecue, it's what we do.
Let's eat.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
All right, I'm back. I just sat down. That was refreshing. It was beautiful out. I saw an orange object in the sky rather, and I think that's called the sun. So I'm excited about that.
We're unfamiliar with it. We haven't seen it for a while.
I haven't seen it in like 3 days, so that was cool. It's beautiful out. So here's the question. Load them up. 641-1010. And I am going to, you have to, within 5, I'll tell you higher or lower. You only get one guess, though. So the good news, if you're in first, you get you get a shot. Do the math in your head. I may have run a couple sprints. Maybe I didn't. So that's for you to decide. So, and guess how many steps I just walked.
So it's a little bit of like Dan Hicken's psychoanalysis, too.
Correct.
Did he mind freak you? Did he like,
right.
Sloth it a little bit?
Am I a little bit out of breath?
Did he go out and go hard?
Or did I just saunter like I normally do?
Is he faking the out of breath sounds?
You're helping me in a lot of ways because, obviously we're in the Steps Challenge.
Frankly, you're at war, Dan.
And it's tough. It's tough right now. So, away we go. Also, just a quick reminder, we can project. By the way, we have another Elite 8 member. And Guggen Nation, congratulations. 57.5% of the vote. Raccoons, 42.5%.
Yeah, kill them.
And now we got a great one. We got Get Smart John against Daniel Murphy Collins. And so away you go. But right now we're going to give away our Publix gift card. Let me do the math here quickly, Jeff Prosser, before we go.
Yeah.
Get the final number in. I will tell you the number. Like I said, I may have done some sprints. I may not have. That's for you to
Sprints
determine.
mean less or more steps?
Well, you do.
Well, the sprints would be faster. You'd be sprinting,
faster.
getting more steps.
You get more steps
So
in
it
there.
gives you steps. It's not literally
It was
counting
basically
your steps.
6 minutes, right, Beef? Is
Yeah.
that what I sat down right at we went to break?
Yeah.
Okay.
More or less.
All right, so let me
6
see.
minutes.
I guess in you.
Of pure step magic.
Okay, I got the number. It's.
Okay,
you want to guess?
Yeah, I do.
Write it down and I'll tell you.
I like to do the math problem.
The boys are ready to play.
So, because I'm going to go that you did. You said you did 4,000. Yeah, what did you do yesterday? Total 24,000.
22.
All right, 22,000.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to guess that you're doing about.
This is exciting.
Hold on, I'm going to see. Yeah, I'm going to try. I'm going to say that you're doing about an hour. Okay, so.
He's doing some quick math here.
I'm going to get to. Yeah, I am. That's how I like to roll. 10,000.
Pross, he's a smart guy.
He's doing it. He's dividing and
Carry
calculating.
the one.
He's got.
His
Might have
Common Core is his old school.
He might have an integer in there. He might have an X. I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna say a rough estimate. I'm gonna say you took about.
Is that a
that
comma?
many steps?
No.
Oh wait, no.
No, it's 90,000 steps.
No. That wasn't it.
No.
Uh-oh.
I did it twice. How many of that?
That's better.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
This is the number, just so you know. Okay.
Okay.
That's what I did. Just so we'll say higher or lower. If you're watching on Twitch, you now know, by the way, and you could call in and win.
I need to answer the
That's up to
phone.
you two guys.
Yeah, I guess I need to answer the phone here. I was looking forward to eating my sandwich.
Yeah, you're gonna have to hold on.
Today's times mean, by the way, I got my dandy sandwich this morning at the Sip and Go, and usually it's covered with lettuce, tomato, oil, vinegar. But I guess because they're making them simple now, so it's just the meat and the bread and the cheese, which for me, Dan Hicken, is Shangri-La. It's perfect. That's correct. All right, so we are looking.
Guess the number of steps. Here we go.
Let me make sure I got it right. Is that what you said?
Yes, that's what I said.
All right, so we are going to start as a 6-minute jaunt for my man who's the step master these days.
Yes.
So we're going to go through the line. If somebody gets it wrong, somebody else can get it right.
You got to get within 5. So
within 5. Okay.
You get the first guess. The next guy will tell him the guess, and we'll go higher or lower. That's what we'll do.
Let me put the
you got it.
The window.
Here
in
we
there
go.
so
Who's
that I
up
screw
first?
that up. All right. Up is Noel will be up first.
Noel's been holding patiently.
Noel got right in. It was a 6-minute walk. Noel within 5 either way. I need to know how many steps did Dan take.
Give me 512.
Okay.
Thank you. Good guess. No, that's incorrect.
It's higher.
Higher.
So we're going higher than what did he say it was? 500 and something.
512.
All right, higher than 512. Up next for the $100 gift card, thanks to our friends at Roof It Right. Go to Publix. Bill is next. So, Bill, what guess? It's more than 516 or
12.
512.
You just gave a better clue.
Oh.
520.
All right, 520 is not within the
higher.
window. Bill, thank you. So higher than 520.
Yes.
David is next. A 6-minute walk. How many steps did the step master here go through?
811.
811. All right, let's at least get between the two ends of the spectrum now. Thank you, David. You're a little high, so it's lower than 800.
I like David. I like David's guess.
Lower than 811 and higher than 520.
Yes.
I'm going to jack this up, by the way, before we're done. Trying to remember all these numbers.
I got it.
Speaking of Jack, he's next.
All right, Jack, it's lower than 811. 11, higher than 520. Jack, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right.
Lower than 800.
Yeah, it's lower than 811. It's higher than 520. You got to get it within 5. How many steps did Dan take on his 6-minute sojourn?
700 steps.
700 steps. Good guess.
Good guess.
But not quite within the window.
No.
It's higher than 700. So
and lower than 811.
And lower than 811.
We're narrowing.
Within 5.
Within 5.
Come on, boys.
Next, we'll go to Keith. See how he can do. So, Keith, it's higher than 700 and less than 811. How many steps did Walkie McWalkstein take over here?
768.
768 is just a bit outside, Keith. I'm sorry. That's a good guess.
Lower than 768.
Lower than 768.
Higher than
700.
Yep.
All right, so let's go next to Brad.
Uh-huh.
Brad, do you have a guess?
Give him the clues.
All right. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to go 747.
747 is a little bit too low, Brad. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
And don't forget, you got a 10-point swing here.
Yeah.
So
it's on the T for Marty.
It's between 747 and 768.
He's a money launderer from the Ozarks. It's Marty Bird.
Marty, it's on the T for you here. You can't miss it almost.
All right.
What is
753.
There you go. That's a win. The actual number was 757.
Yeah.
But 753 falls in the window. So, Marty, you stay on the line. You're going to Publix $100 gift card thanks to our
Marty
friends
has
at
won a
Roof It
$100 Publix gift card courtesy of our friends at Roof It Right. Roof It Right, always proud to serve our community during difficult times. They're offering contactless appointments at roofitRightFL.com. Roof It Right so you can sleep at night. Thanks to those fellas and thanks to you guys for playing. Yeah, and that helps me because that gets me closer to 2,000 for the day here in the morning.
It gets more steps before 9 than I get all day.
May have to keep it going.
All right. Settle down. Settle down.
Next segment,
just a little bit.
I'll give you $10.
All right. When we come back, we will delve our way through the list. I've got good news. I've got really good news in the top 5 at 9.
Okay.
I've got really good news about those of you that are self-isolated with your main squeeze.
Yeah.
Yeah. Today's a big day
and
for all of you.
We'll have an early update on the Get Smart John Daniel Murphy call-in drill bit bracket challenge. It is hot and heavy right now, and we'll see how that goes as well. So that's all coming up in the 9 o'clock hour. Plus, we'll get nasty. We'll do that too, right? Some things could 9 o'clock nasty coming up next.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services,